What is up, all you beautiful people? It is I, Akemi, and I'm back here with another video. Recently, I've been investing a lot of time, money, and effort into cryptocurrencies and studying how the market works and trying to make a little bit of money for myself from it. And it has worked out, and I've made quite a bit of money from it. However, I've made quite a few mistakes, and here are 5 tips that you guys can use when you're getting started in cryptocurrency to avoid mistakes. Just as a heads up, I am not a financial advisor. I'm simply a college student, so if you incur any losses due to anything that I say in my videos, then it's not my fault. If you guys invest, make sure you invest very responsibly. So my first tip to you guys is you should only spend what you can afford to lose. So let's say if you're investing $500 and $500 is literally how much you have in your bank account, that is not a wise decision, because if it crashes, then you're going to lose all 500. So make sure you get into the mindset of actually being able to lose money. As in, get into the mindset that you're going to put in that 500 and there's a chance that you can lose all of it, 100% of it. If you can't comprehend losing your whole investment because of a serious crash, don't invest that much. So my second tip to you guys, this is going to save you quite a bit of money, especially if you do a lot of trades. I know a lot of people, me and my friends, we all used to be on Coinbase because it's simple, it's an app on the phone, you can make trades instantly. But there's a 4% fee for every transaction you make. And if you do a lot of transactions, if you tend to trade the top 4 coins, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash very often, those 4% can add up over time. So what I recommend doing is trading on a market exchange such as GDAX or Binance. Those are the top 2 I recommend. Binance just because it takes almost no time to sign up for it. I literally signed up within like an hour or 2, and I know a lot of cryptocurrency markets are backed up right now just because with signups, just because there's so many people trying to get into the cryptocurrency market. It's definitely a boom right now, but if you want to get in it really fast, and let's say if your intention is to make a quick buck, then Binance/GDAX is the way to go. The second reason why is because GDAX has 0 transaction fees, and it's owned by the same people as Coinbase, so it makes complete sense to just trade on GDAX. You can literally go on GDAX on your phone and still trade instantly and have it be a 0% fee, as opposed to doing Coinbase on your phone and having it be a 4% fee. If you're trading like, let's say $1,000, you're losing $40 for pretty much no reason. Going to Binance. Binance is a site that has a limited, I'm not going to say too limited, but a good amount of Bitcoin trade transactions that you can do here on the side, as you can see up and down right here. And there's a fee for each transaction. It's very little though, it's 0.015%. I'll probably be doing a video covering how to read all of this if you guys think it's daunting to look at or it looks confusing. I know it's not easily understood by everyone, so I can definitely explain that in another video. But trading on these 2 sites and studying the charts, understanding how they work, will save you quite a bit of money in the long run, and also help you gain a lot more profit potential too. So one of the big mistakes I made initially was I invested in Litecoin when it was at around $90 to $100. Then I saw Bitcoin shoot up by a lot in the same margin. I think it went from 10,000 to 14K in the span of a day. So I got excited, so I just hopped on it. And the day after I hopped on it, literally Litecoin almost tripled in price, and my Bitcoin only went up by like 10%. So that was definitely my mistake. After studying the charts, studying the trends, I would have noticed this trend earlier. I didn't draw this trend line until way after I invested in Bitcoin. So that was definitely my loss, and definitely could have been avoided. My third tip for trading cryptocurrency is you should always, in my opinion, especially if you're trading in the short term, look at the red. So if you go to coinmarketcap.com, this is pretty much where I get most of my news when it comes to like daily trade news, how much is circulating, how much has changed in the past 24 hours in the graph in the past week. So let's go, we're going to go here, we're going to go to trending, gainers and losers, and I'm going to look at all of the losers. See, a lot of people hover towards the winners because like Bitcoin, Rimbit, and they're like, oh, we should invest in it because it's going to keep going up. But you have to look at the reverse mentality, where you have to understand that these charts go up and down all the time. If something is going up, it's more likely for it to go down in the short term than to keep going up. It just makes, that's how it works. You're more likely to lose than win. So if you look at the biggest losers here, let's look at Wax. I'm gonna look at Wax. Let's look at the markets. Wax isn't on too many markets, so we can avoid that. We usually look at something that has a lot of volume. So let's say, okay, 14 million. Let's look at this. Bittrex. Okay, it's on Bittrex. If you're brand new to the cryptocurrency game, then Bittrex definitely would be the way to go, but Bittrex is currently not accepting any more users or accounts, which kind of sucks for us, so I'd use Binance. So by checking each of these cryptocurrencies, eventually you'll find one that goes to Binance. If there's no market in Binance, then you can't trade in it, so it's kind of almost futile to look at it at the same time. So I'm going to go back to Binance right here. And I know this is a lot of information to take in, but if you check on the right here, these are the pairs. So we're trading XVG to Bitcoin, means Verge to Bitcoin. This is the trades for it. So we're going to look at all the losers here. Let's look at GXS. I have no idea what GXS is, but we're going to look at the chart. If it's usually at a red like that, or like at a downhill slope like that, then you can definitely expect it to go back up. Maybe not back up to its prime up here on the top left corner, but it'll definitely go back up again. Again, I'll make another comprehensive video on how to read these charts, how to understand them, if you guys want that. But pretty much you should always, in my opinion, always chase stuff that are in the red. So let's say with Ripple, at one point Ripple hit a peak, a down peak right here at 0.00006365 Satoshi or Bitcoin, and it definitely rebounded here. So if you invest at this point, you would have rebounded up to 7.5. That's definitely over 10%. So definitely look at the reds, don't follow the green too much. So one of the sites I commonly use to check up on the cryptocurrency world is tradingview.com. You can go on it, it's free, make an account, free, you don't have to go pro. So anyways, what you can do is, with this site, it gives you a whole bunch of information about each of the different cryptos, some pros predictions, the year of the bulls, stuff like that. But if you click on each individual one you want to look at, let's say I want to look at Ripple. I really like Ripple, by the way. Look at Ripple. Ripple to US dollars. So normally I would look at Ripple to US dollars because it makes the most sense. How much is it worth in cash? But since in Binance you can only trade from Ripple to Bitcoin, I will look at it as Ripple to Bitcoin. Look at here. Boom. Crypto chart. See, that looks kind of funky. That's just a whole bunch of zigzags. Might be a little bit hard to read. I personally don't like looking at it like that, so you can check all the Ripple news here. But then you can click on the interactive chart. If you click on this interactive chart, no thanks, you're going to see, well, what you would actually see is this without the lines. So again, I'll make another video on this in the future, but using this as a stepping stone to understanding the charts will help a lot. Like, once you actually understand these charts and understand how to manipulate it, you can make quite a bit of money from it. For example, I had one that I saved. Okay, so IOTA at this point here, this is back to blue. I kind of deleted the line so you can't see it, but at this point here, I expect that IOTA to at some point reach a peak or like rebound. The reason why it dropped so much is because IOTA deconfirmed their claims that they're working with Microsoft and they're actually not. So people are like, oh, this is nuts, we have to not invest in IOTA anymore. And if you invested at this point and you held it for like a couple days, it would have went all the way up here and you would have been at a good spot. At this point, it was a really good spot too, just because it dipped down so hard. So any of these, you can do any amount of research you want on the charts, make your predictions on it. Again, I'll make another video on it in the future. My fourth tip to you guys, This isn't going to be anything complicated, nothing on the websites or anything, but make sure you have a clear-cut strategy for what you want to trade and when you want to trade. The problem with investing, or just investing in general in a market like this, is that even if you look at the zigzags here, they all go up and down very fast. In literally every single minute, there's a change in the price. Usually, like 99% of the time, there's a change in the price. So if you look at the charts here, this is the 1 year chart, right? Let's look at the one minute chart. See, even in the 1 minute it changed. Even the 1 day, let's look at the 1 day. 1 day changes like crazy. So you have to get in the mindset that you're going to lose money. I said that previously, I understand, but also have a clear-cut strategy of when you're going to trade, how much you're going to trade, and like stick to it. If you're going to trade only $1,000, don't trade anymore. I understand it'd be nice to have the possibility of making more money, but you have to limit yourself on what you want to trade. And also have a strategy, a follow strategy, where let's say you're going to invest in 3 different things. I want to invest in Ripple, Cardano, and IOTA, and I'm going to hold Ripple for the long term. As long as you have that strategy thoroughly set, maybe you should write it down somewhere and use an Excel sheet, but make sure you understand your limits when your strategies. The crypto market is a market that will literally destroy your emotions inside out if you can't comprehend the fact that your $500 may be $10 tomorrow, but then like $1,000 the next day. Pay close attention to it, and it'll help you out a lot, because if you don't pay attention to it, you can miss out on potential profits or potential dips. And my one and final tip, that is probably the most important tip in my opinion, is with this market and your surge of emotions, you have to be extremely patient with every trade that you do. I highly suggest never trading at a loss. Highly suggest almost 100% of the time not trading at a loss, just because this market is so popular right now and so booming that if you trade at a loss, there's actually almost no reason to trade at a loss. For example, let's look at Cardano. Let's say you bought in here for whatever reason, because it's peaking and you expected it to peak higher. It might have been scary to see it drop down really fast, but if you just held on to it just for a couple more days, actually that's 1 day, that's 2 days, 3 days. If you held on to it for 2 whole days, 2.5 days, you were gonna go up in the green again, right there. So at that point, you can decide whether or not you want to trade at it. But if you traded it at that point, then you're definitely gonna go out with a profit as opposed to a loss. Be very patient with it. A lot of the charts are like this, but always invest at a low. Again, let's see. Oh, Bitcoin Cash is something. I wouldn't look at that. Straddles here. Let's say you invested here. It would have went to the moon here. Ripple here would have went to the moon there. Ethereum is all over the place, but definitely here when it crashed yesterday, that was the most amazing thing that happened. Because if you invest in the crash yesterday, like you're in today. Like it was crashing yesterday. Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash, and that was literally the best opportunity to invest, because people are scared to invest, and when people are scared to invest, that's when you can reap the profits. Even Bitcoin dropped all the way to 12,000 at one point, and now it's already back at 15K. So just be very confident in the trades you're working with. I'll definitely make more videos in the future. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe. Give me a comment if you guys have any comments about the things I say. I know I ramble on a bit, but I want to give you guys as much information as possible so you guys can make some money out of this booming market. I'm Akemi. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys later.